Hey everyone, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an end of the year Hunger Games simulator. What this is basically I take everything that I personally viewed as popular from a certain year and I throw them into the Hunger Games simulator to see who or what won the year. This used to be an annual tradition on my old channel. I had done this for 2022, 2023, and 2024, but this time I took it a step further and modified the events to be something pertaining to 2025. Now, this was supposed to be my last video for 2025, but because it was seasonal, I was super busy with my day job, and unfortunately, I had gotten sick throughout the whole month of December. And then at the beginning of January, I was starting to feel better, only to get sick a second time during the third week of January. And only now am I starting to feel better once again, but I do still have a dry cough, so I'll have to edit me coughing throughout the whole video out. Now, before we begin, I want to talk about 2025. 2025 was a messy year full of controversies, political nightmares, and a lot of bad stuff. And as much as I'd like to say 2026 is going to be better, we are not off to a good start at the moment. And all I can say is that I hope you guys are staying safe and being careful as you go out into the world. And all we can do is hope that 2026 is going to get better as time goes on. But we shall see. But without further ado, let us meet the contestants for 2025's End of the Year Hunger Games Simulator. In District 1, we have Clippy to represent the shit show the internet and social media have become with the inclusion of AI and age verification and a crap ton of brain rot, and the spinning cat meme. In District 2, we have Thanos, aka Top, from Squid Game, and Maddie Morphosis. For those who don't know who Maddie is, she is a heterosexual drag queen who was on RuPaul's Drag Race, and she has her own interview series on YouTube called Give It To Me Straight. And I was watching a lot of her content last year, hence why I gave her a spot in the simulator. In District 3, we have Damon Maitsu, the protagonist of the playable Danganronpa fan game Project Eden's Garden, because they have released their first chapter of their game last year, and Takumi Sumino, the protagonist of Kazutaka Kodaka's newest game, Last Defense Academy. In District 4, we have Doe from Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, and Silas from Love in Deep Space, because Love in Deep Space was still just as popular last year as it was the year before. I actually got to play the game for a bit, and although I'm not fully invested in it, I do understand the hype around it. In District 5, we have Steve, aka Jack Black, from the live-action Minecraft movie, and Stitch from the live-action Lilo and Stitch. Now, real quick, I want to talk about these movies. The live-action Minecraft movie, although they put a lot of effort into the visuals for the movie, I felt they didn't put enough effort into the script and story for the movie. Same thing goes for the live-action Lilo and Stitch, although I appreciate that they kept the cast local to Hawaii, and they brought the original voice actors to play a role in the live action. I didn't like that they changed the story and changed some of the characters, especially Jumba. They did Jumba really dirty in that movie. In District 6, we have My Day from Honkai Star Rail and Brant from Wuthering Waves. Although I don't play any of the Hoyoverse games, I did see a lot of videos, fan art, and social media posts about certain characters from certain Hoyoverse games, and there was no way I was going to miss the opportunity to include these hotties in a simulator. Continuing on with the Hoyoverse hotties, in District 7, we have Komano Monato from Zenless Zone Zero and Flynn's from Genshin Impact. In District 8, we have Dochi, who blew up in 2025, and Huntrix, who really blew up in 2025. You could say they took over 2025 with how popular the movie got overnight. In District 9, we have Edna Mode, in honor of that one Edna impersonator I've seen on social media. I couldn't get a picture of them, so instead I put the OG Edna, which is fitting because you can't beat the OG Edna. And then we also have Nicole from Class of 09, because one of my friends introduced me to Class of 09, and I absolutely love it. The humor is so stupid, it's dark, and it's early 2000s humor, and being an early 2000s kid, that's my kind of humor. So thank you, my friend, for introducing me to Class of 09. In District 10, we have Akaza in honor of the Demon Slayer movie that came out last year. And I chose Akaza because out of all the fights in the movie, Akaza's fight was my favorite, and his backstory made me cry. And then we also have Serpentius from Hazbin Hotel Season 2. And I chose Serpentius because he had the best character arc in the series, being the first sinner to make it to heaven. And I really liked the songs that he sang in the series. In District 11, we have Springtrap because Five Nights at Freddy once again had a big year last year. They released another game, they released a second movie, and Springtrap got added into Dead by Daylight. And then we also have Amanda in honor of Amanda the Adventurer 3, which surprisingly didn't get as much attention compared to the first two games. And at the time, I didn't think to include Amanda in previous Hunger Games simulators, which is shocking because, like I said before, the first and second games were really popular. And the one time I include her, the third game is not as popular. At least to me, it's not. But she finally got a spot this year, and she's ready for battle. Look, she's got a knife. In District 12, we have Yuken Enma, the protagonist of the Twisted Wonderland anime. I am so happy that Twisted Wonderland finally got an anime. Being a longtime fan since 2020, when Twisted Wonderland was first announced, this was a big deal, and I cannot wait for the next seasons of the anime, because, God, this game is amazing. And then we also have Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki because My Hero Academia had officially come to an end last year. And I decided to include these three as a trio because all three of these characters went through a lot in the final season. And there you have it. These are the contestants for the 2025 Hunger Games Simulator. Now, before skipping to the end, I want you guys to comment down below which character or characters are you rooting to win this simulator. And I'll play along, and I'm going to choose 3 to increase my chances. And in fact, I'll let you guys choose 3 as well. That's your limit. So choose 3 that you want to root for to increase your chances of winning. Or you can choose 1 if you want to, if you're fully confident in the one person that you're going to choose. Okay, so for me, I'm going to root for Yuken, because like I said, long-term Twisted Wonderland fan. Huntrix, because again, they took over 2025. They were 2025. And then I think I'm also going to pick, oh gosh, it's toss-up between Takumi or Akaza. I'm going to root for Takumi because I really liked Last Defense Academy. It's probably my new favorite game from Kazutaka Kodaka. All right, with that out of the way, and without further ado, let us begin the Hunger Games Simulator, and may the odds be ever in your favor. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Damon runs away from the cornucopia. Silas runs away from the cornucopia. Wait a minute. Akaza snapped Serpentius' neck. Akaza just snapped his own team member's neck. Okay. Oh man, that's too bad. Sorry, Pentius. Yuken grabs a frying pan from inside the cornucopia. Clippy grabs a chancla from the cornucopia. Maddie, Steve, Dowie, and Nicole share everything they gathered before running. Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki run away from the cornucopia. Spinning Cat, Takumi, Amanda, and Komano share everything they gathered before running. Brant runs away from the cornucopia. Edna grabs a backpack and retreats. Huntrix runs away. Flynn's runs away. Stitch breaks Springtrap's nose for a carton of eggs. Oh my god. 2020 was the year everybody was fighting for toilet paper, and 2025 was the year everybody was fighting for eggs. Dochi runs away, Maide runs away, and Thanos runs away. Was Pentius really the only one that died? Wow. Okay. Day 1. Maide receives a Labubu from an unknown sponsor. Oh boy. Yeah, that was a thing. Yuken receives Pog Juice from an unknown sponsor. Okay, that is technically a 2024 reference. I did include a few 2024 events because As I said in the intro, I do plan on redoing the simulators for 2022, 2023, and 2024. And 2024's one, I did modify the events, but I didn't have enough events. So I threw some of the events from 2024, the ones that I could remember, and threw them into 2025 simulator. Which, by the way, I want to say, whoever was the moron that made Pog a slang is stupid. When I hear Pog, I think of the juice brand that we have here, okay? So for y'all who didn't know Pog was a juice brand, now you know. Anyways, Huntrix wrote a 1,000-page document. Cinder reference. I also should clarify, I didn't include any controversial events or controversial contestants, but I did make some minor mentions of certain controversial things. Not enough that are going to cause arguments, but yeah, you'll see. You'll probably see them later. But anyway, Huntrix wrote a 1,000-page document. What was the 1,000-page document? Oh, you know what it was? It was the original story for K-pop Demon Hunters, the 3-hour version. Don't get me wrong, the movie's good, but it could have been better if they kept certain events. But anyway, Nicole and Amanda plan a trip to Japan. Yeah, Japan was like the place to go to last year. Steve tries to rizz up Maddie. Why is that so in character for Jack? Just him trying to rizz up Maddie. That's hilarious. Damon cried over their TikTok account getting banned. Yep, that happened. Brant receives a Dubai chocolate bar from an unknown sponsor. That was a thing. Springtrap receives a Nintendo. Why can't I talk? A Nintendo Switch 2 from an unknown sponsor. Clippy receives a Flint and Steel from an unknown sponsor. Doughy announces they're quitting YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people were announcing that. Dochi said 6'7", filling Akaza with rage. Oh god. Why does that? I don't know. Dochi doesn't seem like the type to do that. Anyway, Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki receive a tablet from an unknown sponsor, and they were so glued to it, Monato snuck up from behind and killed them. Monato just killed Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki, all because they were glued to a tablet. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad I didn't put my bets on My Hero Academia. Thanos receives a cat plush from Plush Shop. Silas announces they're quitting YouTube. Flynn's receives a Dubai chocolate bar. Spinning Cat got blown up by a creeper. I like to imagine that when the cat got blown up, he's just spinning in the air. Oh man. Stitch announces they're quitting YouTube, and Edna pronounces ukulele wrong, filling Takumi with rage. Yes, that was another thing that was happening a lot in 2024. I mean, it's been happening for years, but for the love of God, people, stop pronouncing it ukulele. It's ukulele, okay? Stop it. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. That and people thinking that pineapple and ham pizza is Hawaiian pizza. It's not. Or poke is pronounced pokey. It's not. But anyways, I digress. Moving forward. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. R.I.P. to our fallen tributes, Serpentius, Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki, and the spinning cat, who is still spinning even in death. Night 1. Maide and Yuken cuddle for warmth. Ooh, I want in on that. Edna and Nicole play Marvel Rivals together. Maddie listens to Karma by Brett Smith, 2024 reference. Komano pronounces ukulele wrong, filling Steve with rage. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Wouldn't it make sense for Jack Black to say ukulele wrong? But whatever. Huntrix gagged Flynn so much they died. So Flynn's is out. Springtrap and Stitch watch Merry Monarch together. Aww, Stitch watching Merry Monarch. That's in character. Springtrap, I don't know about that. Amanda receives a Stan Lee from an unknown sponsor. Thanos watches Animal Core. Takumi and Dochi plan a trip to Japan. Cool. Clippy attempts to make Tongulu. Doughy did Damon's nails. Akaza told Silas they look demure. Oh god. And Brant receives a lunch leaf from an unknown sponsor, but said ew and set it on fire. Yeah, remember when I said I included some minor mentions of some controversial things? Yeah, Lunchly is one of them. God, I'm not going to get into that. I am not going to get into that, okay? We're going to move on. Day 2. Huntrix receives a Stan Lee from an unknown sponsor. Clippy Dance to Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. Thanos, Amanda, and Springtrap sang Golden and sealed the Honmoon. Oh boy. Maddie, Edna, and Damon White Girl dance together. Maide dumped a bucket of ice water on Nicole after they were nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge. I can't believe that made a return. It was brief, but it made a return. Akaza got blown up by a creeper. Great. Monato and Yukin played Marvel Rivals together. Takumi threw a toaster at Steve for a Black Friday deal and they died. Okay, that's a personal reference. Whenever it's Black Friday, I always make this joke of like somebody is going to throw like a toaster or a microwave or a TV at somebody for a certain deal. Yet, shockingly, last year, Black Friday was not that crazy. And it's probably a good thing, but being an early 2000s person and being used to Black Friday bringing a WWE wrestling match, that's what I was kind of expecting, but it's probably a good thing. It's not. Anyways, Silas receives a Stan Lee from an unknown sponsor. Doughy announces they're quitting YouTube again. Dochi receives a Nintendo Switch 2 from an unknown sponsor. Stitch receives a Labubu from an unknown sponsor. I'm going to laugh at Stitch got a Labubu and it's a Labubu version of him. Because those exist. And Brant receives a cat plush from Plush Shop. You know, there is a cat plush of you, Brant. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Flynn's, Akaza, and Steve. R.I.P. Night 2. Thanos told Huntrix they look demure. Okay, that's actually kind of funny, but also Thanos, yeah. You're gonna die. Huntrix is gonna kill you for that. And they're all taken, okay? Rumi's got Genu, Zoe's got Mystery, and Mira's got a 2-in-1. She's got Abby in romance. So, nice try, buddy. Maddie watches an indie animation. Oh, because indie animations blew up last year. Yukin receives a carton of eggs from an unknown sponsor. Didn't he break Monato's nose for eggs? Wow. I'm just thinking back to that one scene in the game or in Twisted Wonderland where Yukin told Deuce that the eggs that they were going to use to make the tart were not fertilized, and Deuce was just so shocked. That's hilarious. Anyway, Maide thinks about 2026 and becomes worried. Same. Nicole receives boba tea from an unknown sponsor. Does she seem like the type to drink boba tea? Uh-oh. Catnap came out of the woods and blew red smoke at Monato, and they fell asleep and never woke up. That's a 2024 reference. Stitch receives a Stan Lee from an unknown sponsor. Why does everybody keep getting Stan Lees? I mean, it's helpful. They can collect water. Edna pronounces ukulele wrong, filling Takumi with rage again. Brant set Doughy on fire with a flint and steel. Did he receive a flint and steel from an unknown sponsor? I forgot who it was. Damon receives a cat plush from an unknown sponsor. Oh, wait, no. Damon receives a cat plush from Plush Shop. Sorry, I cannot talk. Springtrap wrote a 1,000-page document trying to Actually, you know what? Springtrap writing a 1,000-page document is probably him documenting how many kids or how many people he has killed. Silas received a roll of pennies from an unknown sponsor. I should have made that just a single penny because pennies are no longer going to be a thing, apparently. Clippy listens to Karma by Britt Smith. Dochi announces they're quitting YouTube. And Amanda watches Animal Core. Oh, she's probably looking at the sheep Animal Core with so much hate because she's thinking of, what's his name? Not Doughy, Wooly. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Day 3. Clippy receives eye drops from an unknown sponsor because for some odd reason, eye drops there's no more eye drops anymore for some odd reason. Yukin makes an apology video for what? Apologizing that he traumatized Deuce or apologize that he's hoarding all the eggs. Amanda receives a flint and steel from an unknown sponsor. Uh-oh. Huntrix did Stitch's makeup. Aww. Maddie receives a Stan Lee from an unknown sponsor. Again with the Stan Lees. Springtrap set Nicole on fire with the flint and steel. Great. Honestly, I was kind of hoping Nicole would die in a more hilarious way. I don't know, like either blowing herself up, stepping off her podium, or I don't know, something a little more in character. Or if she had won the whole thing, that would have been funny too. Thanos pronounces ukulele wrong, filling Edna with rage. Edna, you were okay. You know what? Maybe Edna learned. She's like, "Oh, apologies, darling. I've been pronouncing it wrong." And then now she's like you fool! You are pronouncing it wrong. It is pronounced this way. Dochi killed Maide with a diamond pickaxe. Ouch. Takumi tried to rizz up Damon. Damn. Trying to pull Katniss and Peeta, or Peeta and Katniss, because Peeta was technically the one that tried to rizz up Katniss. Silas receives a carton of eggs from an unknown sponsor. Okay, are the sponsors the one? Are they the reason why there was no more eggs in 2025? And then Brant attempts to make Dalgona, because everybody keeps getting eggs, and yeah, everybody keeps getting eggs, and they keep getting bottles. They're being fed and they're being hydrated, is what I will say. Okay. Okay. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. R.I.P. to our fallen tributes: Komano, Dowie, Nicole, and Maide. I feel like I know Nicole died from flint and steel. Did Dowie die from flint and steel, or was it Monato? Or did Dowie get blown up? Oh, Dowie got blown up by a creeper. I think. I'll probably remember when I look back at this video. Okay. Night 3. Takumi, Springtrap, and Yukin have a moment of silence for all the people we lost this year. Yes, so many people passed away in 2025. Silas was attacked and killed by Pianosaurus. Yeah, I included Pianosaurus as a death because he barely got any screen time in the game. What the heck, creators? Huntrix listens to Karma by Britt Smith. Edna manifests winning. Why is that in character for Edna, that she's manifesting winning? She's like, yes, darling, I'm going to win the Hunger Games. Stitch, Brand, and Dowie have a moment of silence for all the people we lost this year. Oh. Maddie watches an indie animation. Thanos receives Pog Juice from an unknown sponsor. Clippy receives a cat plush from Plush Shop. Amanda opened a card pack in Pokemon TCG Pocket. And Damon attempts to make Tongulu. I hope we have enough people for an event. Day 4. Knuckles gave Maddie the stamp of approval. Springtrap cried over their TikTok account getting banned. Yukin listens to a Rotten Mango podcast. Again, 2024 reference. Amanda thinks about 2026 and becomes worried. Brant beat Clippy to death with a frying pan. Okay, that's a reference to those cursed ASMRs where it's like your boyfriend confesses to you but then dies, or your boyfriend tries to help you go to sleep by beating you with a frying pan. That's what that's a reference to. Okay, Damon made a hear me out cake. Oh boy. Oh, I know who Damon put on his hear me out cake. Kai. Huntrix attempts to make Dalgona. Edna receives a Feastable from an unknown sponsor but said ew and set it on fire. Good. Stitch makes an apology video. Takumi was killed from behind by a creaking. For those who don't know what that is, that's that new Minecraft mob. And Thanos tried to Edna walk, but slipped and fell on their face. I hope Edna was watching you when you said that. And then Dochi receives boba tea from an unknown sponsor. Wait, I hope Edna was watching you when you did that, not said that. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. R.I.P. to our fallen tributes: Silas, Clippy, and Takumi. Oh wait, Takumi was one of the people I had bet on to win. Okay, so I'm still in the running. Okay, night 4. Amanda opened a card pack in Pokemon TCG Pocket. Brant tried to rizz up Stitch. Oh my god. Dochi, Thanos, and Yukin sang Golden and sealed the Honmoon. Edna and Springtrap watch the Merry Monarch together. Edna's probably watching the Merry Monarch for like fashion ideas. And Springtrap, I don't know what his deal is, but I guess he really loves Hawaii. Damon, received a tablet from an unknown sponsor, and they were so glued to it, Maddie snuck up from behind and killed them. And Huntrix listened to a cursed ASMR and died! There it is. I included cursed ASMRs as a death, and oh my god. Okay, so Huntrix is out, and the only one I have left is Yukin, so Okay. Oh, okay, we got the feast. Cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, and weapons and memoirs from the tribute's families. Stitch decides not to go to the feast. Maddie also decides not to go. Brant severely injures Thanos and leaves him to die. Ouch. Springtrap doesn't go, Yukin doesn't go, Edna doesn't go, and Amanda severely slices Dochi with a sword and severely slices Dochi with a sword. I like to imagine she killed her with her knife and Dochi died. That's how Dochi died. Okay. Day 5. Edna, oh my god, Edna receives another Feastable and she set it on fire. Maddie was killed from behind by a creaking. Amanda pronounces ukulele wrong, filling Brant with rage. And Yukin, Stitch, and Springtrap white girl dance together. For those who don't know what the white girl dance is, look up Unsighted on Instagram. Ooh, 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. RIP to our fallen tributes, Damon, Huntrix, Thanos, Dochi, and Maddie. Okay. Night 5. Yukin and Edna cuddle for warmth. Springtrap receives, again, with a Stanley. I put other items in here, you know. Were all of them used? I don't know, I'll look back later. Brant tried to watch the planet alignment, but saw nothing. Steve receives, again with the Stanleys. And Amanda receives a roll of pennies from an unknown sponsor. Okay. Really, day 6, Stitch manifests winning. Yukin, Edna, and Brant have a moment of silence for all the people we lost this year. Springtrap watched Animal Corps, and Amanda deleted their Roblox account and joined the Free Schlep movement. Yes, good on you, Amanda, and screw Roblox. There's a lot of things that I would like to say screw in here, like screw Roblox and screw Mr. Beast, and yeah, anyways. Okay, continuing on. Night 6. Yukin pushed Edna off a cliff and they fell for 5 business days. Oh my god, let's go, Yukin! Amanda was killed behind by a creaking. Knuckles did not give Brant the stamp of approval and killed them. Really? How could you not give Brant the stamp of approval? I mean, he is hot. Come on. Okay, and then Springtrap said 6, 7. Feeling Stitch with rage. I'm just imagining like an old Springtrap going up to kids and being like 6, 7. Oh my god, that's saying 6, 7 before killing them. Oh my god. Okay, so it's down to Yukin, Springtrap, and Stitch. Oh my god, I'm nervous. The minute I click proceed, they're either gonna still be alive, or one's gonna die, or 2 of them are gonna die. Oh god, I'm nervous. Oh god, okay. Alright, here we go. Okay, they're still alive. Springtrap and Stitch played Marvel Rivals together, and Yukin listens to Karma by Britt Smith. Okay. Arena event. The classrooms! Really? They wait until we have 3 contestants to finally do an arena event? Oh my god. The classrooms, 2024 reference. Yukin was caught and eaten by a whispering worm along with Springtrap. So both of them got eaten by the whispering worm. Darn it. And you know what sucks is that I think these 2 had the most kills. So that means the winner is... Oh wait, hold on. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. RIP to our fallen tributes, Edna, Amanda, Brant, Yukin, and Springtrap. Which means our winner is Stitch. Honestly, I'm not mad at that. Like, Stitch is cute. Come on, you can't hate Stitch. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, and I will happily accept that. Okay, now let's look at the placements. Oh. Okay, so the kills were spread out. Really? Oh, wait. Oh, Brant had the most kills. Okay, so... Stitch didn't kill anybody. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Stitch didn't kill anybody and he managed to win the Hunger Games. That's hilarious. Okay, so Springtrap got 1 kill. Yukin... How did Yukin only get 1 kill? Like, you would think with all the interactions he was having with certain characters, he would have had more kills, but... Oh well. Brant had 3 kills. He had the most. Amanda had 1 kill, which was Dochi. Maddie had 1 kill. Dochi had 1 kill. Monato had 1 kill. And Akaza had 1 kill. Okay. And I want to see, were there events that didn't, I mean, besides the arena events, I think there were a couple events that didn't get used. So I'm going to take a look. All right. So let's see. What events? All the events I put in were at the bottom. Somebody grabbed, okay, so someone, yes, the breaking a person's nose for a carton of eggs was used. Somebody grabbed a diamond pickaxe. Somebody grabbed a frying pan. Somebody grabbed a chancla, but it didn't get used. Okay, what were some of the day events that were used? Okay, so somebody receives, okay, Dubai chocolate bar, Flint and Steel, Labubu, Nintendo Switch, Boba, and Cat Plush were all received. They were all used. Nobody ordered a pizza from an unknown sponsor. That's a reference to all the pizza ads I was getting on YouTube. Like, it was insane. Okay. Lunchly was used. Feastable. Actually, oh, wait, why did I say that? Oops. I meant Feastable was used. Hear Me Out Cake was used, I think, once. The Dalgona one was used. Did anybody attempt to make Tongulu? Was Abracadabra by Lady Gaga used? Knuckles gave the stamp of approval. Edna Walk was used once. Animal Core was used a lot. Oh, here's one. Nobody played YouTube games to pass the time. TCG Pocket was used. I don't think anybody did anyone's nails. Demure, Riz. Oh, nobody had a cake picnic. Marvel Rivals, Golden, Makeup. Carton of Eggs was used. The bucket of water was, ice water was used. TikTok, it's Moment of Silence. I'm glad this one got used because, yeah, we lost a lot of people last year. Let's see, 2026, Pog Juice. Was the apology video used? I think it was once. I think a few of these events were all used, at least were used once, and there were a couple that were used more often. Ukulele, Karma. Oh, nobody danced to Bling Blang Bong Born by Creepy Nuts. That's a Mashal reference. Nobody found a Cybertruck and drove it around the arena. Good, because everybody hates the Cybertruck. Stanley got used a lot. Let's see. Girl dance. Oh, here's one. Player got fed up with all the ads they were getting on their socials and they destroyed their phone. And yeah, so just 47, 37, 35. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Oh, 22, 19, and yeah. Oh, wait, and 7. Those are the ones that didn't get used. The night events were the same. Let's go to the, oh, some of the arena events. Okay, I did put a lot of arena events. Okay, Lollapalooza SmackDown didn't get used. Roulite Greenlight didn't get used. And Mingle didn't get used. Oh my gosh, that would have been fun. Okay, as for the Bloodbath events, so for the day events, okay. Oh, nobody was attacked and killed by a chicken jockey. Darn it, I was hoping that one would get used. Nobody sacrificed a player to the entity, Dead by Daylight reference. This is another good one. Muzan opened the door to the Infinity Castle and player fell in and never came out. That one wasn't used. Man. Nobody died from hypothermia after a bucket of ice water was dumped on them. This is another one that didn't get used. Players 1, 2, 3, and 4 danced to California Girls around player 5's dead body after killing them. Nobody was psychologically tormented and killed by Null. Nobody said somebody's watching me. And okay, hold on, let me rephrase that. Nobody died from anxiety. There we go. Nobody died watching Brain Rot. Thank God. Nobody thought another player was a doppelganger and killed them. No one got canceled on social media, which is ironic. No one watched a JoJo Siwa music video and died of embarrassment. Nobody threw a chancla at another player, and Oh, nobody tried to steal from another player while they weren't lurking and died from an exploding package. Okay, so that's all the bloodbath events. Yeah, I think that's everything. All right, so that was this year's Hunger Games Simulator. I hope you guys, well, this year, I meant 2025's Hunger Games Simulator. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Let me know in the comments down below what was something that you thought was popular that I didn't include. Please do not include anything controversial, political, or anything that's going to cause any heated arguments because there is a time and a place for that, and this is not it. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.